Growing up at like 12 years old, right before 13, I experienced vitiligo, which is the pigmentation change. For a lot of people, it's like, I've met a lot of people where it's spread all over their body. For me, in my case, I said that I'm blessed to the point where it started, but then it stopped. So it was on my face, the back of my neck, and then a few spots in my hair to where it changed my hair color. And at 12, not knowing really what that is around other 12-year-olds, you know what I mean? It's like,
so let's get it, yeah, let's get it. If you with the posse, then let's get it. If you with the squad, then yeah, let's get it. 1, 2, 3, everybody turn up. The power.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to PB&J with your boy Pete the Purple Bull and Juan on the track. And today we got a very special guest. This guy right here is such an amazing artist. He's a poet, he's a writer, he does music, he has you got your own organization as well, or are you working on that?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Yeah, I know we talked about, what you want to accomplish, and I'm really I'm really encouraged to see you go in that path and trying to help people. We all need it. I need help too sometimes. So it's cool that you're just going out of your way to do that. So without further ado, this is Altease. Welcome.
How we doing?
How are you?
Pretty well, man. Pretty well.
Pretty
Excited
good?
to be here.
Man, well, Altease, how can people find you online?
Facebook, Instagram is both Altease. Afterwards, it's a semicolon. On Instagram, it's Altease dot semicolon, the word semicolon. And on Facebook, it's just Altease Ramsey for now.
So why semicolon?
The semicolon means a lot personally to me, plus in like the mental health world. The semicolon pretty much just suggests for you to carry on or press on. So that after my name, I want the semicolon to be more prominent than the Altease, just because I want people to like hear my name or think about my name and then just think about either my story or think about some of the messages that I have, especially like with the TED Talk that I did, or like really just get inspired to want to be better or want to press on whenever they hear Altease. That semicolon is way more important.
That's what's up, man. That's a cool way to use your stage name to share a message. Mine's just Juan on the track. I don't know if there's anything, too deep about that, but I know, like I make music. My name is Juan V, and it kind of works. But what about, what if somebody was to ask, like, what does Altease do? What would you say?
I'm still trying to figure that out, to be
Okay.
honest. I'm still figuring out myself.
Yeah.
Understanding, I'm a writer and do poetry and like to make music, but I definitely feel like there's more to me. Like being on stage is one aspect. I feel like I could provide my 3 E's, which is encouragement, enlightenment, and entertainment. But like more and more, I feel more called to just be like more of a servant, just trying to help people any way that I can, or like I said, encourage them, enlighten them, or entertain them in whatever way, whether it's on stage or just being there, just having a conversation with you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man, I feel that. And we all go through our journey trying to find like where we are most productive, where we're most, where we can really use our full potential. And I definitely feel like this type of stuff is what was kind of leading up to being on stage has definitely been something that I've been working towards. I know I was very uncomfortable when I was younger. I was bullied. I was all kinds of stuff, man, and it made me so insecure about myself that I was so scared to be up on a stage in front of people just looking at all my flaws, pointing at me like, look at that guy. But like slowly but surely I started getting on stage more. Eventually I picked up a mic and started speaking, and I was shaking. My voice was shaking. You could hear it in the mic. They're like, man, this guy's about to cry. But God willing, I didn't cry, and I was able to speak. And after that, everything kind of started becoming easier, and I started getting more comfortable. And I realized, like, we need to use our voices to spread a message, of hope, which is what you're doing with your writing, with your music. Um, what else, man? Like, what does your bow tie represent? Like,
The bow tie's been like something I've always tried to implement. Ever since I learned how to tie a bow tie, to be honest, that elegance. I've always like grown up like feeling a certain type of way, like
Yeah.
not having a certain amount of money or not having like the latest clothes or this, that, or the other. With the bow tie, it's just always made me feel top notch. You know what I mean? I walk with that
like that.
mentality. Like my mom told me, when you look good, you feel good. When you feel good, you do good. And when you do good, good follows. So
that.
with that bow tie, it just gives me that confidence to just seek goodness.
Definitely feel like things like that can help our just change our attitude, change our perspective, and really like how how we feel about ourselves. Like it helps our confidence. I know you're not the type to just be out here just stunting on everybody and trying to impress everybody, but you do hold yourself with a certain image and professionalism that I admire, man, and I appreciate seeing you do that. It's really cool. But man, let's dive a little deeper if you don't mind, man.
Of course, let's get into it.
Have you ever experienced bullying or discrimination in your life?
I have. Growing up at like 12 years old, right before 13, I experienced vitiligo, which is the pigmentation change. For a lot of people, it's like, I've met a lot of people where it's spread all over their body. For me, in my case, I said that I'm blessed to the point where it started, but then it stopped. So it was on my face, the back of my neck, and then a few spots in my hair to where it changed my hair color. And at 12, not knowing really what that is around other 12-year-olds, you know what I mean? It's like I was always like a nice kid, plus I was playing basketball and like, so I was never like bullied to the point like I didn't want to go to school or like I was crying or had to go to the bathroom or anything like that. I say I'm blessed for that. But I was definitely made fun of just because I was different. You know what I mean? Like, and not knowing how to explain why I'm different just kind of put me in a bad spot. So like from 12 to like 15, like my confidence was down. Like I was playing basketball, so like I was traveling, and then like you get to places where you hear whispers and this, that, and the other. Like I was at like 14 and I heard Michael Jackson so much, man. I didn't even like his music anymore.
Really?
Just because I heard it so much. Like, but like around like 15, 16, I started to be like more comfortable. Then I started like realizing like I like being different. You know what I mean? When I walk into a room, people are looking. But then I try to give them something to look at or try to give them something that they could take away. Like, you know what I mean? Because some people kind of look at someone and then judge. So then when they look at me and then at first they judge and then they're like, okay, let me see what this guy has to offer. You know what I mean? Trying to just like break barriers for people that are different.
Alrighty, we're back. We had some technical difficulties. That's just what happens, part of being online now. We're trying to figure this whole thing out. But you were talking about, just overcoming those people that would judge you right away or look at you for looking different. Like what helped you overcome that?
I really like my friends, my family, that like really helped, but really like that self-esteem, it really comes from the inside. It really comes from you. I realized like there's always like a saying like, oh, it doesn't matter what you look like, the inside matters. But like really getting to a point where you start to value the inside and start to value not only yourself for you, but like yourself for other people. Like I started to realize I was like a major piece for my family and a major piece for my friends. So when I go to school and I was off, everybody's day was off. You know what I mean? So I realized like I'm important, you know what I mean? And like there were days where I like really forgot that I even had vitiligo until I walk in the mirror and I see it and I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, that's still there. But it's like once I like really fell in love with myself and to the point where I love myself for me and loved the impact I was making on my family and my friends, that kind of put whatever differences I felt to the side, and I just really started to be better.
Man, that's cool, man. What do you think, like, what helped you get on that path? Because I know, like, there's people out there who just are lost and feel like it's their fault, you know, sometimes when it really is not.
Right.
You know, like what helped you like starting like just start finding love for yourself and see that value. I know you mentioned like people would change their attitude when you didn't have that, but like what was something that kind of triggered you to start thinking that way or start noticing that?
Right. It's just like, I guess, just with growth and maturity, just like really wanting to pay attention, because it's easy, like, and I'm still like something I'm still learning. It's easy to isolate yourself, or easy to put yourself back in that box that even you said you weren't even going to go back to. There's a prayer that constantly goes over and over in my mind that says, grant me the serenity to understand the things that, it's grant me the courage to change the things that I can't change. Grant me the serenity to accept the things that I can't, and the wisdom to understand the difference. So like the things that I can change, or the things that I'm in control of, is the way I treat people, the way I talk to people, the way I carry myself. So like those are things that I can implement, and the things that I can't change, like the way I look or the way I feel sometimes, you know what I mean? Those are things you kind of got to power through. That's what I was always taught. So that's how I kind of got through it.
That's what's up, man. That's encouraging. You know, like just being a young person in this world nowadays, like it's a very challenging thing, man. And especially when you're trying to do the right thing, when you're trying to live a positive lifestyle, it can be so hard, man, with so many distractions that are out there, whether it's in the music or on TV, all kinds of stuff, man. You know, like we try to, you know, just bring that balance to culture and life with positivity and music and art that has a positive message in it. Like what inspires you to create art, and what do you hope to accomplish with your art?
I mean, inspiration comes from like a lot of places. Like the 3 E's, man, I keep going back to that, because ultimately, like, that's what my goal is, to provide that encouragement or enlightenment. Like, when I say enlightenment, it's not just like in a sense of knowledge. It's like when you see someone on stage that goes through certain battles and you're like in the crowd, you realize you're not alone. Like that type of enlightenment like really changes people's lives. Like I've been in a crowd where someone said something on stage that I thought I was the only one who ever experienced it. And it just like that mood, it felt like weight was lifted off, that I wasn't alone anymore. And I mean, like, I try to always be entertaining. Like I try to, like, I'll write a verse and then I'll go back into that same verse to like put more bars into it, you know, just to make that stank face, or just to, you know what I mean, give people more, you know what I mean? So like I try to look on both sides as a creator, but then also as a consumer. Like I want to make sure like what I put out is not only good for you, but it's good for you. Like you know what I mean? Like it's hard to
That's good, man. That's dope. Like you actually like enjoy the music, but you also enjoy that, or actually it like benefiting you as you're listening to it. Like that's cool. Powerful, man. Powerful stuff. I'm gonna have to watch this back to see, like, hear everything that you're saying, but like you're really being like a great role model for a lot of people, and you're being a great example for young artists that are out here trying to make a name for themselves. I know we're not all perfect, you know, we all make mistakes, and we all can be you know, in some dark places sometimes. Have you ever felt like you're stuck and like, you know, like,
and it's easy to feel like that, like especially like if you set like standards or goals for yourself and you find yourself like in the same complacent spot, it's easy to get back into that darkness, because you feel like you should be here, but yet you're here. You know what I mean? And sometimes it can be, something I've learned is it can be a vicious cycle, to the point where you like develop like a blueprint or a game plan, and then you take a couple steps going the right way, and then something knocks you back, and then you could either quit or roll your sleeves up and go harder. You know what I mean? I've seen both, where I've rolled my sleeves up and had a breakthrough, and I've seen some where I just threw in the towel and just let opportunities go by. You know what I mean? So I definitely understand that.
I felt that, man, and I think sometimes we just get hit with the wave of like just negative thoughts, and what I think I don't even know where they come from, and they might just come from, and like something might trigger them, whether you hear something or you see something that brings back memories of whatever, and it can be discouraging at times. So what is something that people can do to, you know, find a way out?
Right. I feel like everybody is made for something. Everybody has that purpose. Everybody has something that gets them out of bed. Whatever that is, that's going to be your why. That's going to keep like that peace. You know what I mean? Like life itself is going to be hard. Like we all going to have some ups and downs in life itself. But if we have something that like keeps us grounded, like we're artists. So you know what I mean? Like the dancing or the writing or that helps, you know what I mean, soothe us. That's our happy place. Not everybody is a writer or a rapper or a dancer. So it's a little bit harder for people that don't necessarily feel like they have that. But what I would say is like, whatever makes you smile, whatever genuinely makes you smile, like hold on to that. Like that is what's going to make the difference in the dark days where you are searching for peace. Like whatever genuinely gets that heart to smile, that's what's going to create the peace for you.